I had mentioned earlier that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about giving my sales pitch for ACC 850. And I think it's called, I just call it the VITA class. Well, I'm just going to call it that. It stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. It's a program that is run by the IRS but is administered through nonprofit organizations locally. We have a class, 3-credit class, that is run every spring semester where we volunteer. It involves getting training to be a volunteer. You get certified as an advanced VITA preparer. And it's a great thing to put on your resume to show that you've done it. You get to work directly with the public on helping to prepare their tax returns. These are generally lower income or elderly individuals. A lot of them are return clients. They come back every year. The class is held during the spring semester. It's only on Fridays, so it shouldn't interfere with any of your other classes. It is a 5-hour class on Fridays. It does not last the entire semester because tax season doesn't last the entire semester. We usually wrap up either right before or right after spring break. But we go in and we volunteer at, the physical location is United Way next to Urban Campus. So if you're familiar with Urban Campus at all, there's a building right next to Urban Campus. It almost looks like it's on the campus, but it's not. That is the United Way building, and that's where we go on Fridays from January, whatever, to about the end of March. I'll say the end of March. We don't go to April 15th because of how DMAC's scheduling works. It's fun. The students say that it really helps to solidify the knowledge that they get here. It is one of the electives in the specialist program. So you've got a couple of options for the specialist program electives. One is that class and the other is the payroll certification review class. So payroll certification review is also offered in the spring, and I'm the one that teaches that class as well. So I get all the electives. But this one is only in person. It's not an online class. You do have to actually physically be there, but you're in there and you have all kinds of support. It's with other volunteers as well and people who have been doing it for years and years and years. It's like a work environment, but a casual work environment where you come in and you sit down at a workstation and you talk to the clients, you help them, you enter the information into their software, which is different from this software, but is simpler than this software. It is one of those softwares where it mostly asks you questions. You get the training for it. Like I said, there's a test that's involved that you have to take and you have to pass. Everybody passes it. So if you're afraid of tests, don't worry about that. We make sure that everybody passes it. The first 3 class periods are devoted to studying for that exam, and mostly what that is review of all the stuff we're doing here in this class. All of those concepts, mainly focusing though on those clients, those items that we would commonly see in the clientele that we service. So things like the child tax credit, the earned income credit, W-2 wages. We don't do complex, we will do simple business returns that don't involve any depreciation, but we do, some retirement income, which is really easy. It's retirees get a form that's like a W-2. Really, it's got all the information on it. Social Security income, that sort of thing. I highly recommend it. And if you want, I mean, I'll talk more about it as the semester goes on, but I wanted to put it out there because I know the schedule, I don't know when it's coming out. Usually comes out around early October, I think, for the spring schedule. There's, aside from studying for the exam, there's no homework. There's no textbook to buy. It truly is just hands-on experience. I shouldn't say there's no homework. I do have some online stuff that we'll do, like discussion board kind of things where, you know, we want to kind of dig a little deeper into some of the issues that maybe we experienced during the previous week. But there's no like studying for, the only test is at the start. So anyway, if you have any questions about it, I'd love to see you in that class. It's open to all accounting students. So even those that, I don't know if you're taking classes online next semester or you're in person or what, but it's open to everybody. So there's more information about the greater program. Now we work in partnership with the Iowa Economic Development, I can't remember the full name. It used to be United Way that organized it. It still physically is at United Way. We use their space, but they're not the ones running it. It's another organization, but they, last year was the first year that we worked with them, did a really great job. They actually, it was a good experience doing that. I mean, I've been doing this except for COVID, since I got here, since I started teaching. But this last year was the first year that we changed sponsoring organizations. But like I said, if it's something that you are interested in, talk to me about it. There's information here. You can also, well, I can send out more information about how it's done. But it's a great, like I said, if you're interested in tax, it allows you in a very safe environment to dip your toes in, to see what it's all about. Or if you think you might be interested, it's a great way to test it out as well. Okay? Questions about that? Yeah.
How many people are normally there?
I have had, so last semester I had, it was 8 to 10 students, I can't remember. The most I've had was actually 2020, and we had to stop. We had to end everything because of COVID. I think I had like 14 students that year. But I had one year where I had 4 or 5 students, but it runs. So even if it's low like that, it runs. Yeah, but it's a nice, I mean, you get to know people really well. Like I said, it's like a pretty casual work environment. So it's stressful the first day because you've never done it before. And then after that, it's easy. But like I said, there's a lot of support there. You know, there's a site leader, and then there's me, I'm always there, and there are other volunteers who've done it for several years. So.
And it runs from 9 a.m. to like 1:30?
Yes. Well, actually 2 o'clock. I should say 2 o'clock. Because they close at 2 o'clock.
Are there breaks in there, or
you just get up, and if you need to take a break, you just get up and take a break. Mm-hmm. There's free food. Chocolate. Chocolate, you know, junk food for the most part, but like I said, it's pretty casual. So something to think about as you plan your spring semester. All right, you look like you're ready to go. Okay, does anybody have any questions or need me to stick around for chapter 1 stuff? You're grabbing your stuff too? No? All right, well,